Hey everybody, so I'm back with another tutorial. This time it's going to be an anti-Valentine's Day look, so blue, darker, more of like a sad type color, kind of. But this is just for an anti look, and let's go ahead and get started. So of course we have to go ahead and prime our eyes. So I am using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I do believe you can get this at Sephora. I think my sister got this for me when she worked at Sephora. So I'm just going to apply that to the lids. As you can see, I think some was like caught on my finger or something like that. Since I got the long old nails on, you already know. Okay, and just applying it to the other eye. You really don't have to use a lot of this, and I've had this for years. Like, I'm pretty sure my little sister got me this like at least 2 years ago, possibly 3 years ago, and I still have it. Of course, I wasn't wearing makeup that often back then, but I have been wearing makeup a lot more often in the last year, and I still got it. It's not, really getting used up that much, and there's a whole lot in here, so you definitely do not have to use a lot, and it will last you a long time. So I'm doing my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I am using a dark brown pencil, and this is the Wet n Wild Kohl, Kohl crayon. This is in the color, let me see if it has the color on here, Sima Brown, I don't know, 603A. Yeah, but it's just a dark brown, which I recommend using dark brown versus black, or to use the dark brown towards the beginning of your eyebrows and then black towards the back. So I'm just going to show you one eyebrow how I draw it on, and then I'm going to come back looking all extra snitched. Hey, there we go. So eyebrows on fleek. And when my eyebrows aren't done, I tend to do them a little bit thicker, just because, there's more hairs out of place. So I try to cover as much as I can with the pencil. So sometimes my brows look thicker than what they really are. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to this Morphe palette. So the Morphe palette, it says 35B, like it has a sticker on the back of it that says 35B. So I'm assuming that will kind of guide you on the Morphe website. I'll try to put a link if I can. But I did take that kind of brownish shimmery color, and I'm applying that to the crease just as a transition. Then we're going to take what I thought looked rather blue, but really wasn't that blue. But we're going to put that in the crease and not take it all the way over to the inner tear duct like we did for the brown transition. We're only going to take it almost to the inner tear duct, but not all the way. Okay, so just blending that in, and I'm going to try and get my sound quality to be as good as possible, but my computer keeps processing while I'm trying to use the voiceover recorder, and I think it's only because I'm using the voiceover recorder that it's like making this sound, like it's starting to process. So please forgive the sound quality. But as you can see, we dipped back into that same color. I'm probably going to dip back in about 3 or 4 times because the color just wasn't like becoming as blue as I thought it was going to be. So then I just eventually moved on. And just trying to blend that in as much as possible and get the color to be what we want it to be. I'm not putting that on my lid, like my lid that much, just in the crease. And as you can see, we get a different color. Now that color looked darker than the second color we just were applying, but it actually turned out bluer. So I was so happy because I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the blue-ish color that I'm looking for if this third color is supposed to be darker than the other one. But it actually was bluer than the second one. And I wanted to do like a different type of anti-look. Like a lot of the anti-looks you've been seeing are like black and dark or red and dark. So I wanted to kind of pull out a blue and do something different, give some variety. I know a lot of people celebrated Valentine's Day before the week started, so like this past weekend. But I know there's some people that are probably waiting till this weekend to go ahead and celebrate, which if I had a Valentine, I would have waited till this weekend that's coming up to celebrate if it were me. Probably would have just went to dinner or something on, what is it called, Tuesday, or maybe a movie or something like that, or a dine-in movie if I had, you know, somebody. And finally, to give it a darker look, we're going to go ahead and go into that black, which was in the lower corner. And I'm using the same exact brush this whole entire time. So I am using the Morphe M441 brush, not cleaning it off in between or anything like that, which I think if you're using some of the same colors or building it up to be darker, then it kind of helps with the blending that you aren't using a different brush and wiping it off or starting from a clean slate. It's kind of like cooking grease, you know? So you use the same cooking grease over and over again, and it just melds all those flavors together and gives your food even more to work off of versus starting anew and having to build those flavors back up. Hopefully that analogy was something y'all could understand or whatever, because maybe it didn't make sense, but I'm pretty sure it made sense. Now with this black, I am just trying to keep that in the lower corner of the eye. I'm not really trying to move it up too much or inward too much. Now, this is the star of the show. This is the NYX shadow, which is called Blue Jeans, and that's PS08. I just bought this, and I am just using any old shader brush. It actually doesn't have like a name or anything. These are like the eco brushes that you can find in Target, but it's just a shader brush. And you do not need to build this shadow up whatsoever. Like, I applied one coat of this, like just put it in one time on the shader brush and boom, that was it. I did not have to build it up whatsoever, and it has like a nice shimmery color, and in the light it kind of looks kind of watery and just shimmery and bomb. But this is the star of the show. This is the color that made me want to go ahead and do the anti-blue Valentine's Day look. So yes, but there's also another star of this look, which you will see in just a couple seconds. But now we're taking the blending brush and just blending it in. And what I did is I went ahead and put that last blue color, and I just put a small little dab of that on the brush to blend it in. And here you just see me putting another dab of that blue and kind of blending in the black and the NYX color. So just blending, blending, blending to make it all look nice and seamless. But I did get this NYX on sale. I'm going to be putting up a haul at the end of this week, so stay on the lookout for that haul so we can go over those sales I got. So this is the other star of the show, is this liquid liner. This is NYX, which was along with the sale with the eyeshadow. It was buy one, get one 50% off. So this is NYX Vivid Brights, and it is the color Vivid Saphire, and that's VBL05. And I just love seeing people doing colored eyeliner and the white eyeliner. So finally I said, forget this. I'm not about to be out of the loop. I'm about to be able to do these looks along with all my other YouTubers. So I had to go buy some, and bomb that it was a freaking sale when I went to go get it. Because you know your girl love to get a good sale. I literally buy like most of my stuff on sale. Like I barely ever pay full price for nothing. So we're just doing a wing liner. I never do wing liners. When I first started doing makeup, I always did me a wing liner, but I just grew out of it, and I was also wanting a more like natural look, and I think that the wing liner really isn't. So now we're going to go ahead and start on the face. I'm using the Pro.Conceal HD High Definition. This is the orange color corrector that I'm using right now. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in and use the highlighting Pro.Conceal, and that's going to be in the color Toffee. And my sister said to work it upwards, so put it on like the cheekbone and then work it up to the rest of the eye. So I'm actually doing that right now. And I did go ahead and put a little bit more because I felt like the orange was seeping through a little bit too much. So you see me do that right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and start contouring in just a second with the Pro.Conceal color in Dark Cocoa. And I'm going to be using the bottom of the Beauty Blender to do that, and just working it around the perimeter of the face as well. Then I'm going to, in a second, be using the MAC Raisin blush. Literally one of my staple blushes that I've had forever. But it's pretty red, so you can either use very little, or if you're trying to be extra, as I was, you can go ahead and use that. Now you see me blending with the Morphe 5439. That's what I was doing before I actually applied the blush. And then just taking like an indigo type of color for the bottom of the eyes. And just using any old brush. I actually would have preferred to use a smaller brush, but I really didn't have one. And you know, gotta look at yourself, make sure it's going on there right. You know, you gotta pop out the ugly faces on them. That's how you know you getting cute. My face is so ugly. Look at my mouth. Okay, so now I'm just doing the other eye. Trying to make sure you guys can see that because I'm looking like down at my mirror, and I'm trying not to poke my eye out, but also trying to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And I didn't want that to be too thick, like just too much like coming down. My eyelash was like bothering me, so I was trying to get it out the way. But just trying to make sure the color is exactly how I want it to be. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black. Use that forever. Actually need to go ahead and get some more because this barely has anything in it, which is why I keep applying so much. And now just any old black pencil on the bottom. What is that called? I can't think of what that's called. But like the lining of your eye, whatever that's called. And also, just so you guys know, I did use a MAC foundation. I did that off camera before I started applying, you know, my Pro concealers. And I am an NC50. And that's the Pro Longwear foundation. Now I'm about to come back with my eyelashes on. Don't know if you could tell the difference, but we are now putting on the Becca Shimmering Skin Protector Pressed in Blushed Copper, and we are using the Morphe M441 brush. It broke, so I'm just using the brush part, and you know, we're applying it to all of the points that we want to be shining. And also putting it in the inner tear duct as well. So I did put that on my nose, my chin, and my forehead. And my cupid's bow. Then we are going to set all of this in place. So we are using the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, long lasting. It is oil free, and we're going to fan and get it all set up in there. Then, last thing, gotta get the lips popping. So we're going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in Angel Food Cake. This is the lip that I actually prefer. And after putting on the second one, I took the second one off and put this one back on. Then we are going in with my 950 Untainted Spice by Maybelline. This is actually my go-to like nude. So I think this is a good nude for brown skin. Thank you guys for watching. I do hope you liked it. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And check out one of my last videos.